Let's switch to the OBS view. Perfect. And yeah, let's check out this game. So it looks like my patron is playing black, and their opponent is playing white, and it looks a bit like a bloodbath. Yeah, white wins by 50 points. Black's only source of territory was in the middle. Gotcha. So before even sort of delving into this game, I can kind of tell what happened. My prediction is that Black was playing an influential strategy, and rather than fighting, tried to give up certain stones, like give up this one, maybe let this group get cut in exchange for a lot of center potential. But they banked too much of their energy on the center, which then led them to not have enough points on the sides. That's sort of my prediction for this game. But let's take a look, shall we? It's a 5-stone handicap as well. Sometimes when you're playing handicap games, there is a tendency to be very passive, because you know the person you're playing against is very good, and there's a tendency to let them get away with things they shouldn't really be getting away with. Because you have such a big advantage, you think it will only matter, oh, we'll give them that corner, it's fine. Oh, we'll let them live here, that's fine. Oh, we'll let them live on the side, it's fine. And then before you know it, all of those will let them live sort of scenarios culminate into kind of a big loss. So let's see if that's what happened in this game. Hey Go fans! To join my Discord channel and get tournament invites, game reviews, and a great community, go to patreon.com/incente. There, you can support the channel and find a great place to master the game. We get a normal enclosure. I like this. I like this a lot. It's an aggressive pincer. It's not just saying, sure, you can make a base easily. It's actually leveraging black stones here. Trying to get everything to work together to keep white surrounded, which I think is really good. Goes in the corner, yep. Okay, so going for the smother. I think, since this group is alive, we know this group is alive, I get the idea where you're trying to build up a large thing in the center here. I would become a fan, actually, of maybe taking an enclosure somewhere else. Because remember, you have a 5-stone handicap. You got to use that. This makes it so much harder for white to get an advantage locally in this area. White's already kind of crunched in, making maybe 6, 7 points. And this would really help, like, get this side of the board get working as well. And appropriately, white is going to Tanuki. White's already alive here, I believe. So we see black sort of pushing from the thickness. I would actually push this way.
You have been invited.
Maybe something like this. This way we guarantee that white lives small again, and now you get a larger corner, right? This way your corner is absolutely huge. The points you've gotten here makes up for white's points here, and the points you have here make up for white's points here. So it's almost like it's still an even game, except black has like a million more stones and this entire corner. So like super the lead, right? But I get the idea of trying to build this up. I think that coming from this side might just make more points somewhere else. Okay, backing off. A kick might actually be something to think about here, because now white's a little bit over-concentrated. White would ideally want this stone to be over here, because that'd be a 3-space extension, but making it a 2-space extension is like a smidge inefficient. So letting white settle here feels a little bit bad for black. I think that white should have had a harder time, or black should have given white a harder time here. Maybe forced white to do some sort of shape issue here, forced white to live, or at least come out, right? Because now don't forget you're making a bunch of points all the way over here, more than white is making with this sort of exchange. And now you can really start to pressure and not really have to worry because white needs to live here. So I think letting white settle was in the corner. Maybe was a little bit feels a little bit bad. You can tell that this is definitely better for white than this variation where black's getting all this stuff. So let's continue. Now we see black trying to surround, but again, white's group is kind of good now. It's going to be difficult to really harass it. But this is a forcing move, and we can see black trying to surround. And remember what I said in the beginning of the game. I bet in the beginning of this game that black tried to surround, like let white get off too easy in the sides and try to surround the center. Excuse me, for multiple times. And we can see that's sort of playing out here. I would still be a fan of developing the other side of the board, making it even harder for white to get a reasonable advantage here. Given that white's already definitely alive here. Also, the shape is a little bit hard to deal with. White definitely has some forcing moves. Whether or not white can do something with them is a different story. But we can sort of see that with this large knights can be cut. And you can kind of see white getting maybe some shape here. So if you're going to try to surround, you got to mind your cutting points. Maybe something a little less severe. Or just play somewhere else. Like, oop, not there. Like here. And now we see white get this a good approach point, which wasn't really what we had hoped. But let's see how black responds. High back off, okay. And now white's playing high. This feels a little over-concentrated. It's not really doing a lot for black's global strategy. This might even be actually better, because at least black is making like real points here, and threatening to sweep out white's base. Because if white doesn't do anything, now we have a very large base sweep, and white needs to try to find eyes somewhere else, maybe in the center of the board. And then once you sweep away the base, then you can start, poking, harassing, and really getting a lot of points here. And we can see that black got a lot of points from this exchange. Probably almost made up for these 2 points that white has now. And once again, white is living small. So if they're playing high, sweep away the base. Someone on my Discord actually had a great proverb. When you're playing high, sweep away. It's like judo. If someone is keeping their weight center of gravity very high above the ground, you try to sweep their base. But if someone's weight is very low to the ground, you try to smother them. And so that's sort of the idea with groups as well. This actually allows for some shape shenanigans. Whoop, not that shenanigan. The shenanigan to give white that base that they want. So this sort of has a lot of forcing moves associated with it when you play high. And it's not obvious, but it's true. This move is interesting. It's to protect the shape, which which totally makes sense. But we can see how white's sort of coming out here. But this should be okay. Black captured some stones. That's the move. Because the snapback doesn't work now because it's a double attack. And then obviously this doesn't work. By black playing this, is there anything white can do? Not really. This also seems like it captures pretty cleanly. There is this forcing move, though, now. Which means black has to do this, and white actually gets some forcing moves up in this end. I would play this one. It's better for this side of the stones. But that's fine. Okay, white's going to play high again. So this move doesn't really appear to do a lot. It's not making points, really. It's not putting any pressure on either of these stones, really. I see the vague idea that it's trying to split, but remember the game is kind of about points, and so far in this game, black has not made a lot of like clean, solid points here. This can be something, but there's still holes. This is a few points, and this corner, and maybe a few points here. Not a lot yet. In this situation, I would maybe just take an enclosure. The simplest moves. Like, the simplest moves. Ask white how they plan to deal with this. You know? And then maybe once the group is less settled, or maybe it becomes settled, right? Maybe that's okay. You can force this group to stay low, and even if all of these groups live, right? Even if everything lives, with these moves, black has more points than white now. Just these two. And black has a center now that they can expand with, and white really can't make many more points than they have already on this board. Maybe try to do something here. But again, black just makes more points. So it's keeping white's groups crunched is very important, but doing so from the sides just to literally just make territory is also good. Hey, Robert00, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. So we give kind of white a free move now. And black extends. The attachment, you don't really want to attach to stones that you're trying to attack. You're just going to make them stronger. I would try to aggressively take some sort of enclosure here. Maybe this one. And then maybe follow up with some taking more points here. Because again, white can't really make a lot of points with their moves anymore. They've run out of like places to play, right? And black is just going to make more points than them very easily. So I would just focus on the sides. Stay in the same thing the entire game. But we see how this is going here. Okay. I like the cut. I like that. I like the no fear. Okay. Yeah, the shape's kind of bad here. But this does save the group, and then, whoop, black can follow up by taking this, which would be huge. Like, this would be a great result, actually. Even though black misses out on these 3 stones, the group is safe, and they use the sente to take these stones away, right? Oh no. Oh no. Yep. That's rough. That's rough. Yeah, that's hard to deal with. And white got sente out of it. That's hard. That's really hard. Yeah, we could see how crucial that shape point was, right? By opting to protect this group instead. Is definitely the better play. Because even if black does this, There's just not enough liberties. So, yeah, that's a very key shape point. I get the thought by doing this, but even if this happened, white would get all of that, which is not a good result for black. Yeah, it's rough. That's rough, buddy. It's hard. And then elephant eye. I get the sense that black is sort of feeling the pressure more, because of the aggression, and trying to after that sort of blunder, trying to attack where they can. But this is the moment where you even still, black can still get back in this game, if they play calmly. But this just gives white a stone. In Gote, no less. And now we see the fact that black didn't sort of pressure from the side coming back to get them. Yeah, white slowly just getting away with a lot here. So we see black try to make points in the center because, like I said in the beginning of the game, this is a story of giving white everything on the sides and then just trying to capitalize on the center, which eventually won't be enough. Okay, but white got a lot here. White got so many points, which we could see if there was like an extension on either side, it wouldn't have happened. So we can see a fight, which isn't really a fight. It's more just endgame, which is a good endgame move, actually. This was a good shape point. Yeah, white cuts. I like the spirit of this exchange. Feels like it makes black's group get a little bit safer in Sente. Oh yeah, black really needs to tend to this. Black very much needs to tend to... Oh dear. Yeah, hold on. Let's study this a little bit more. Can we disable this AI? Thank you. Yep. Yeah, it's a good shape point. It's a good shape point. That was spurred on by this move. I would just do this straight away. Because then you just get to do this. And then everything's fine. I think pushing from this way prompted this, and this takes away a forcing move, right? If we played here, this move at A would be forcing. But because we exchanged here first, it's not anymore. So when black tries to do this, white gets to do something else, which is abuse these liberties. Here, black can still just do this. And it's still safe. White loses a few points, but it's okay. Is this Sente? That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Black could actually recapture these now. Huh. Yeah, so I like this exchange a lot, because if white does anything else, this is Sente, obviously. This is a forcing move, obviously. This is a forcing move. This is a forcing move. And then we go back here. And then we recapture the white stones. This is not alive. Black absolutely needs to do something with this. Actually, why not just this now? Can we kill this entire thing? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. I think we lose out on the liberties. I don't think we can. So we can see black. Seems like black took a little bit more concessions on the outside in Gote. And that's the roughest part, is we see black sort of getting in Gote here. And now this has been an elephant in the room for a while for black. Okay. Yeah. I see you. I see you. That's way simpler than what I was going to do. Yeah. Yeah. This might be black's
You have been
best hope,
invited.
because this move forces white to play here, and then white gets to squeeze, or black gets to squeeze. This becomes an eye, and then black can make another eye here. Right? Maybe? Might not, actually. Might be one liberty too few. Yeah, it's fake. That is fake. Seems like it's just kind of dead, no matter what happens. The descent is a very good move. I like the descent a lot. That's how you can live, though, in this situation. Always, when you're trying to live, remember the forcing moves. This threatens to make a connection, which would obviously make black live. So white can't allow that. This actually even can threaten to capture these 3 stones. I can even do this if they feel like it. This threatens a load of things. If white does this, then we have this Atari into here, which captures. So white has to descend. But with all these exchanges, then black can just come back and be like, I'm alive. White can't really do this because of here. So I would definitely remember your cutting points. Right, so that is the game. Yeah, so there was a lot to dig into there. Pretty much what I said happened would happen. This is actually a great lesson on playing against handicap games. You could see a lot of good ideas by black by trying to smother white, like around this area. When you're playing handicap, you have to realize how powerful just like straight up extensions are. Consistently make as many points as white is making. Like, it's going to be really hard for a large handicap game to win. And we saw a few shape issues. This shape issue was didn't get taken advantage of, but it could have. I think most of these problems, though, were strategic. This was a slack move that black had. Black should have gotten way more points with their moves. This also was, the shape point was very critical. You needed to play here. So we prevented that whole thing to go on. This shape point also hurt. Because it's not just black loses 1 stone, right? White gets a solid group, and black is in Gote now, which white took advantage of. So that shape point's also rough. Yeah, just trying to make points in the center, but by then it's like a little bit too late. And this was a 50-point win. Even if white didn't get these stones, black still would have lost. So, Straw Hat Deku, I hope you enjoyed the review. I don't know if you're watching or you're on my Discord right now, but I'm recording it, so I will be able to put this on my YouTube channel for you, and you'll be able to get your review there.